All right, welcome to the fourth and final game of the evening. Up this time is Pay to Win. The world is mine. The combo based incremental. I think they might have forgotten to put a word here. Um, Play crazy builds and pump those numbers. Find legendary items. Cast wacky magical spells. And unlock hundreds of upgrades. Decide the fate of your studio and go infinite.
Well.
Right, so
It looks like our new
what that
CEO has
combination of
arrived.
words is obfuscating of what this game
Is your
actually
partner
is.
back now?
And that
Yes!
is
Boss,
an
did you get
idle
your
clicker
offers?
game
We've been waiting for
in
you to get
reality.
started. Indeed.
Um,
The higher ups
that
say we
being
must make
said,
some money before we go
I
bankrupt.
think this is
We
the
have no
best one of these
choice.
I've ever
We have
played.
games to create and profits to
I
make.
mean,
Boss,
um,
you'll need a
which
quick
is
nod.
kind of a
What's that?
study in contrast,
It's just
considering
that we've been
I'm
waiting
just
for
off
you
of
for
the
years.
literal
This morning,
worst one of
considering
these
our
I've ever
deadline
played
had
in
slipped.
last
We've
season's
waited.
Frostland.
Boss, come a bit closer. I've been
That
holding
is
those orders
because
for
there
6 months.
is
You can have it.
some actual strategy, and not just you know you line up stuff and you get more
Boss
stuff,
is
and
free.
you know how the
Actually,
basics of a
kind of.
clicker idle game work,
No,
right?
it's not much of a
Yeah,
facility.
looks
But
at my
it's a start.
phone.
Every grind has to start
Yeah,
somewhere. That's what games are here
it's
for,
got that,
isn't it?
but
The
it's in
grind.
that combo
Oh,
thing
the grind.
because
Aye. So then,
all of
how
the
about
things
we
that you
talk
put on the
about it and
grid
get to it?
have certain
Righto.
attributes,
Your employees can use that
um,
facility and earn some credits over time, boss.
and your
Indeed.
goal isn't
Sit
just
back and watch the numbers
put
fly.
stuff into grids
Just the
willy
right
nilly.
thing to do, after
No,
all. Oh,
your
and
goal
don't forget,
is
we'll be
to
visiting you as you come back.
connect. Like
See you
there are
later, your
nodes
darling
on
assistants.
the ends of
See you around.
all the
And don't
items
stop grinding.
that are of a distinct color and orientation. I.e., you might have a block here that has an orange up and left arrow. And what you will want to be doing is connecting that to another of the same color and mate. And the more nodes that you connect, the more combos, um, the bigger your multiplier get. That's your big goal. At least it was for me. But because that's what I prioritize versus this thing does this, this does that. With some exceptions, like when I unlocked magic, um, I did put in some magical items into the field so that I could recharge the magic I use, which is another way you get more coin. Um, in the Grand Idol tradition, um, you unlock um, a couple of different currencies here. You've got the gold coins that will unlock the grid spaces. And once again, in traditional idol convention, it will every grid you unlock will cost more. And this is done alongside the fact that eventually you'll unlock a blacksmith option, um, which will upgrade a given item. Um, and these can be upgraded a certain amount of times. Don't remember exactly
Yes.
how many. Like
Don't
I want to
forget,
say like seven,
boss
8 times.
orders.
But once
Your
again,
goods,
every
yes.
time you upgrade something,
Employee orders are
the
only
price
needed, I
goes
think,
up. The price goes
after
up,
class.
and
Like an hour.
eventually you're still gonna hit the idle
We haven't
walls.
introduced ourselves to the boss.
Um,
Oh, you're right about that. I
in
guess I
that
got ahead of myself.
you're going to
Apologies,
reach the
boss.
point where
I'm Annie.
um
I'm in charge of human sacrifices.
you're just going to have to
Wait,
wait for
sacrifices?
the number
I
to
meant resources.
get big enough
Human
to
resources.
unlock the next thing.
I'm May.
Um,
I've heard of
on
you
that
two.
note, there
Citizen
there
of
is
Silicon.
a
That
meta
means you're residents of the
progression
floor plan. Ah,
chart
yes. The
that
floor
uses
plan.
the
A
different
sacred
like gold currencies. You get this from leveling up, completing quests that are on your side tab,
Take a look at the center here, boss.
um,
This is your floor plan.
that sort of
It only
thing.
has one free space right now. You'll
And you
notice
use
the
that
space
to
over
like
here. I
upgrade
realized
the
it was
amount
important.
of
I had to sell some stuff to pay
you
a
know
deposit. So don't
output
waste it.
by 3%. Um, the amount of coins you unlock per level by leveling up, and
My goodness,
unlocking
so
spells.
cool.
Like I
How
said,
did I
it's
catch
the
your
meta progression.
attention?
I don't think that
Just
carries
a
over
little
from game
streak
to
of
game.
resistance, that's all.
Um,
Anyway,
so far, this is
these upgrades will
sounding
increase our productivity.
pretty much in
It's a
line with
useful
other idle
purchase.
games we've
Keep it in
covered.
mind.
Um, Outside of there's some actual strategic thinking going on here. Though you are going to be encumbered by the items you have, the resources you get, you unlock, placements. It's going to take a good chunk of time before you unlock the entire board. Probably about 25, 30 hours. The rate I was going, I only got about 18 hours in. But and I hadn't unlocked the entire board. But my point is, like, you're probably not going to be able to optimize until well into the game. Like, you're figuring out the best way to assemble your blocks because you're not going to be able to put here to here or here, this to that. Um, but what really puts this over the top is the plot elements. Because you are framed as the CEO of a new video game startup company, and you are guided by two uh, women executives, April and May, and they basically represent good and evil in terms of morality system, i.e., Um, like I think in terms of the internal framing, May's the corporate uh, matron, and April is the, I don't want to say hero of the workers or anything like that, because not that, but she will admonish you for taking ultra corporate directions. And if you couldn't tell by the title of the game, yeah, this game has a lot of meta commentary on video gaming, modern video gaming, specifically gotcha gaming and the like. You know, it's not a fan, and it's not shy in letting you know it's not a fan. Um, like it honestly gives this package a bit of a visual novel flair,
Hmm.
complete with choices and outcomes connected. Like I said, it's really above and beyond what you find in a typical idle game, and I liked that. What I didn't like was the fact that it's one of these idle games that it technically doesn't. It does gather resources while you don't have the game open, but it does it at such a slow rate. It's one of the branching tech tree choices um, that it might as well be useless. And yeah, I don't like that in idle game. Like being able to gather resources, even if you don't have the game open, um, is a thing in more idle games than they're not for a reason. I'm like, but yeah, overall, I liked this a lot more than I did. You know, I like this about as much as I can like one of these. I won't say this is a favored genre. And yes, this is also technically a clicker because the central computer icon you're given at the start, you can click it for coin. You can manually gather the resources. Like, you won't get anywhere,
May we come in?
but it does fulfill the very basic function of a clicker
The
in
boss
that you
didn't
can
know
click
anything
something
was
and
in.
something happens.
Well, that's
Um,
probably true. Boss,
anyway,
we've received communications about you.
um,
It's from Mindwave Limited.
Mindwave Limited? The company that acquired the
in terms of
studio?
pricing,
Very sane.
yeah, the game clocks in at $15.
What's in it?
There
Always
is also
from
the
Mindwave Limited.
supporter
We
pack,
welcome you to your new
gold
office.
edition,
We hope you find your new
which
assistants acceptable.
Acceptable? More
is actually
wonderful,
substantial
splendiferous, and
in
amazing.
its DLC-ness.
So,
The supporter pack gold contains several new cosmetic skins for your units and pay to win the world is mine.
Free stuff.
Um,
I guess those pencil pushers aren't so bad after all.
so,
Go on, Annie.
yeah, it's got skin.
As you are
Oh,
aware, Mindwave
sorry,
Limited
it's not as
is a
extensive as I
standalone
thought
small
it was
studio on
because,
the premise of
like, said
Lockdown
something
One
about
that generates
animations
maximum
initially.
profits
Yeah,
for the new
apologies
owners.
about that. But point
Naturally,
is,
as the new
um,
CEO, this
$5
price
for
is up to
this,
you to
probably
execute.
not worth it.
Feel free to beg,
Um,
borrow, and steal
and
Tesla.
also the soundtrack is
There's no
available.
bottom line,
The
no
soundtrack
matter
was
how awful
fine.
or catastrophic.
It's
But of course, it may
very
even be better
vaporwave.
if you cause a catastrophe or two.
Lo-fi
Other
lo-fi
subsidiaries can make
beats,
profits
as you'd
cleaning up
probably
the mess.
expect, given the aesthetic on
Okay.
display here.
Yes, Annie?
I thought we were making fun video
Um,
games first and
but
foremost.
yeah, I think
What's
$15.
all this
It's
talk
a
about
bit
profits?
pricey for
Okay.
a
You don't
idle
want to
game
lose
on
your
its
mind over
own,
this, do you?
Not
but I think it
really.
manages
No.
to
We're a
justify
global conglomerate,
said
so have
price
stakes in many
with the
industries,
tweaks that it
from life
introduces
insurance
here.
to private
Oh,
security.
Adam, the other
So, why did you buy a
lady
fancy game
is named
studio?
Annie, not
For the
April.
money, of course.
So get it?
Annie, that's what it
Annie
was.
May.
Laughable profits,
Get it?
after
Yeah,
all.
Ha! It's
yeah,
Even
a
more
yeah,
than
pun.
before.
More
I'm gonna
than.
start
yeah.
drinking.
You know what? Never mind.
So, apologies
At least
about
we get
that.
to keep working on
Yeah.
games.
I, and don't worry,
Um,
I'll be here to ensure we exceed
is there anything
these
you
much
guys want to add
vaunted
to the conversation
goals of
here?
our little
Not really.
creations. And our players.
Works for me. You
Gallix?
worry about the
Sorry, I
players,
was muted. I
boss.
don't have anything in
While
particular,
I can
though.
handle the fun.
It
All
looks a
right.
little bit interesting, but not. The gameplay doesn't sound particularly great, so.
Mhm.
Like I said, like, if you're into this gameplay, it's on another level. It's just I don't think any of us here is all that into idle
The only time I
games.
really play one is if it's, like one of the game things are giving me money for it.
Right. Or it's one of these things that we have to review for the show.
Right. Like, I don't
Yeah.
seek them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, still. So I think that'll about do it for pay to win here. Um, and indeed, that'll do it for the first review session of the season. It's good to be back. Um, so on that note, let me see. Coming up on the week ahead. If I can get to the right page. Here we go. On Wednesday, August 5th, we'll be starting the interview season off by welcoming Carlos Valdez of Yang Yang Mobile onto the program. We are going to be talking about their game High Times. They still have to send me the materials for that. I'm gonna have to prod them in the morning. Anyway, welcome to the Hot Box. In a world where you can literally eat your feelings, you work at the Hot Box, a special donut shop where every donut is infused with mood enhancers that can change your customer's emotion. This is sounding a bit druggy.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I've
yeah. It's not a very subtle pun.
I've
Yeah.
I've seen where this episode of the Twilight Zone goes.
And I just need to emphasize that. Anyway, but people don't always know what they need. So from flavors that give them the courage to ones that lift their spirits, it's up to you to choose the right mood and help each troubled customer. Listen to their stories, offer advice in the form of donuts, and help mend broken relationships. You'll love High Time.
It's
So,
like it's like Valhalla, but with like drug donuts instead of just drinks.
it sounds like it. And they've got some other games that we'll be talking about on Wednesday. But that's one of the highlights here. Anyway, also, MSP is returning on August 5th as well. So we'll be doing a new season of that as well. So look forward to that. And Mac and Kevin will be back in the saddle as well, as far as we know. Mac's having a bit of trouble again.
But
More
what
on
else
that
is
on
new?
Wednesday.
In other words, water is wet and the sky is blue.
Yeah. Yeah. No Friday show this week. So just the Wednesday business. And until then, I shall wish you good gaming.